play games. We'd love you to play games too. If you want a code, let us know. So that's yes. Anyway, quite a shake start to the news. Yes, indeed. Yeah, unfortunately, there was a huge earthquake. A lot of people were messaging me like, "Oh my God, Connor, are you okay? I hear it's terrible." And yeah, it is terrible, but fortunately, you know, unfortunately for some other place, it wasn't in Tokyo, which meant that although it is the same country, it is a little bit different. We had a shake though. It was kind of shaky. It was really bizarre. I drank a fair amount, so I was hanging out with some people, and I you know, because we were celebrating the New Year's, which is what you do in Japan. That's like, it's like literally drinking all day. That's all they do on New Year's in Japan, and I love it. But it's basically like it is what Christmas is to us is what New Year's is to Japan. Like everyone gets together and they all drink, like all your family comes together, or you go back, or my average day as I call it. So I was sitting there on this couch and I was like, fuck, I don't think I'm drunk. And and it was like shaking, and I was like, guys, I think it's an earthquake. And they were like, what? And then the pole started like getting bigger, and I could see the telephone poles outside were shaking a lot. And I was like, all right, shit, okay. Thank God I'm not this drunk. And it felt like a medium quake in Tokyo. So I was like, oh, okay, it wasn't that bad. It was just like a little shaky one. But then we turned the television on, and it literally said in Japanese, run. It was like, nigete, just run. And I was like, oh my God. Like, it was very, very fortunate that in Tokyo, again, very lucky in Tokyo, there's nothing. It was on the other side of Japan. But the fact that we even felt it was crazy. But holy shit, imagine you're basically at Christmas dinner with your family, you turn on the TV and it says run from where you are. Holy shit. What a terrifying message. There are no tsunamis, which is good. I think they've already said that there's gonna be no tsunamis, which is good, because that could be a huge amount of damage. But I think there's still a ton of damage from the earthquake. And Japan doesn't really have charities. But normally when these kind of unfortunate disasters happen, stuff does pop up. So when it does pop up, these charities pop up trying to help rebuild stuff. I'll let you guys know if any of you guys are interested in helping support. I think I'm just waiting right now. But we'll see. We will see. I know Dogan said that when he finds some, he'll share them. So I hope Dogan lets me know. And I'll ask around. So when I know, I'll let you guys know. Dedicate people without electricity. You should see some of the damage. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the videos. It is crazy. Like it looks like the earth is like cracked in half in some places. It's crazy. Very, very intense. Looks terrifying. Dude, I you know, earthquakes, I don't really get that scared during earthquakes. But then when I see these other videos, I'm like, okay, if I was there though, that's a different level. That's a scarier level. Does it sound great? Yeah, I think people think that, sometimes people think that tsunamis are just big waves. And they're like, a sick wave, dude. But yeah, if you've ever seen like a medium or even small wave go onto land, you'll see it just like doesn't stop. It just keeps going. So also not good because like if it were to hit somewhere like Tokyo's just all concrete. That shit is not going anywhere. Am I in the, no, I'm not in the tsunami warning area. Biblical grade of sick waves. If you're a tourist in Japan and you're trapped or missing, will Japan rescue? If you're a tourist in Japan and you're trapped or missing, will Japan rescue know you're missing? They wouldn't, but I'm sure there's a way that you could be okay. He's skiing in Nagano. Well, the good thing is about Nagano is that is a very high mountain. So at least there's no tsunami waves going to hit that. Which I don't know if that is very comforting, but my engineering brain would say that's a pretty good place to be. Avalanche? That's a good question. I don't think avalanches are as big in Japan as they are in like Europe and America because of the size of the mountains in Japan. At least the ski resorts aren't as big. Europe, like the Alps, yeah, that shit is... If you look at the Alps compared to any ski resort in Japan, you just see the magnitude of difference in this mountain range. It's insane. You have NHK Worldwide, you're watching, and you follow the Nerve Twitter account. Yeah, the Nerve Twitter account is the best way to look at it. If you ever come to Japan, you should never... This could happen at any time, at any point, so even if you don't, you know, don't live here, you just come for a week, you should probably just know where to look if you have to. And be ready. Do you think earthquakes are enough reason to make you leave Japan? No, not for me. You can stay prepped, you know? Listen, I mean, coming from the UK where we have nothing, it is very much a big difference. Coming from what is essentially the... If the globe had decided a safe zone, I would think it would be the UK in terms of, like, geographical disasters. There's nothing. We get, like, the occasional flooding, but it's very rare. We had a storm, actually, that's pretty bad recently, but even then, that's pretty bad. Yeah, UK's high wind and rain. Yeah, but we don't really